The story of the Miami Dolphins began not on a football field, but in the ambitious mind of a Minneapolis lawyer. His name was Joe Robbie. Robbie saw a future for professional football in the sun-drenched landscape of South Florida. The region was growing fast. People were pouring in from all over the country, looking for sunshine, beaches, and excitement. Robbie believed they were also looking for a team to call their own. He saw a void. He saw an opportunity. He decided he would be the one to fill it, to bring the gridiron game to a city known more for its palm trees than its goalposts. It was a bold idea, a gamble on a region that had never hosted an NFL team before. Robbie partnered with actor Danny Thomas, and in 1965 they secured an AFL expansion franchise. They held a contest to name the new team, and thousands of entries flooded in. Marlins, Sharks. But one name stood out. It captured the intelligence and spirit of the ocean that defined the city. The name was the Dolphins. Mrs. Robert Swanson of West Miami submitted the winning entry. She won 2 lifetime season tickets, and a legendary identity was born, an aqua and orange beacon for a new fan base. The team needed a home, and found one in the aging Orange Bowl, a historic weathered stadium, a concrete giant of college football classics. They also needed a leader. Their first head coach was George Wilson, a veteran fresh off a firing in Detroit and seeking a new start. Expansion draftees, cast-offs, and unproven rookies, he was tasked with building from scratch. In a league of established powers, the odds were stacked against them. But Miami buzzed with anticipation. Pro football was finally here. Vibrant colors, like the city, sun and sea, captured in a leaping dolphin. On September 2, 1966, Joe Auer returned the opening kickoff for a 95-yard touchdown. The crowd erupted, a magical start, a moment of pure joy. They would lose that game, but that single play told Miami something special had arrived. A dream had become a reality. The initial excitement quickly faded. The early years were tough. They were an expansion team, and they played like one. Wins were rare. Losses were common. The roster was a revolving door. Wilson worked to mold a cohesive unit, but the talent gap was too wide. From 1966 to 1969, they never had a winning record. 15 wins, 39 losses, 2 ties. Fans were patient, but they longed for a winner. Then came quarterback Bob Grease in 1967, smart, steady, efficient, and Larry Csonka in 1968, a human battering ram with relentless power. They became the nucleus, the foundation for future success. In 1970, the AFL and NFL merged. Miami landed in the new AFC East. Robbie made a bold move. He lured Don Shula from Baltimore, a brilliant, disciplined football mind. Shula's impact was immediate and profound. The culture of losing was over. Accountability had begun. In his first season, the Dolphins went 10-4. First winning season, first playoffs. The turnaround was stunning. In 1971, Miami reached Super Bowl VI to face the Dallas Cowboys. Talented, but outmatched. They lost 24-3. The defeat was crushing. But in that bitter moment, they vowed to come back stronger. That loss became fuel. The Dolphins started winning, and didn't stop. The no-name defense stifled opponents, Bonaconte, Fernandez, Scott. On offense, the run game was unstoppable. Csonka, Mercury Morris, Jim Kick. Behind a powerful line, they pounded teams into submission. When Bob Grease broke his leg, Earl Morrall, at 38, stepped in and excelled. Miami finished the regular season 14-0, unprecedented. Grease returned to guide the playoff run. Super Bowl VII versus Washington, the stage set for history. On January 14, 1973, the Dolphins completed the perfect season, 17-0. Even Garrow's gaffe couldn't derail destiny. In 1983, with the 27th pick, Miami selected a quarterback from Pittsburgh, Dan Marino. Lightning quick release, cannon arm, a fearless gunslinger. Don Shula adapted everything to showcase his talent. In 1984, Marino shattered records, 5,084 yards and 48 touchdowns. With Mark Clayton and Mark Super Duper, they lit up scoreboards and the nation. Miami went 14-2 and stormed to Super Bowl XCIX, a Titans duel, Marino versus Joe Montana. But San Francisco proved better that day. The Dolphins fell, 38-16. For the next decade and a half, Marino rewrote the record books. Yards, touchdowns, completions, a first-ballot Hall of Famer. The Shula Marino era delivered brilliance and unforgettable moments, but never a return to the Super Bowl. A lingering what-if. Still, Marino's impact reshaped quarterback play for generations, and the franchise kept chasing its next great chapter. After Shula retired in 1995 and Marino in 1999, Miami searched for a new identity. New coaches, new quarterbacks, moments of hope, flashes of promise. Defense often shined. Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor led the way. Playoff berths came, but the hump remained. In 2007, disaster. 13 straight losses and a fan base on the brink. Then a lifeline, an overtime 64-yard TD to Greg Camarillo to win 22-16. A single defiant victory in a 1-15 season. In 2008, innovation. The Wildcat. Ronnie Brown took direct snaps, confusing defenses. With Chad Pennington, the Dolphins shocked the NFL, from 1-15 to 11-5 and AFC East champs, one of the greatest turnarounds ever. The team's fight song, Miami Dolphins No. 1, debuted in 1972 and plays after every home score. A cheerful, catchy tune, nostalgia for generations. January 6, 1982, the epic in Miami, explosive plays, dramatic comebacks, sheer exhaustion into overtime. Chargers tight end Kellen Winslow had to be helped off. Miami fell 41-38, yet the game became a classic. Down 37 after 3, the Dolphins rallied, won 40-37, then the biggest MNF comeback. Marino's 84 benchmark, Shula's 347 wins, and the lone perfect season. Pillars of NFL history, fun facts, and milestones that define why the Dolphins hold a special place in football. For South Florida, the Dolphins are more than a team. They're part of the cultural fabric, a source of pride and a unifying force in a diverse, ever-changing region. When they win, the city lifts. High fives, flags flying, aqua and orange everywhere. A shared passion, a common language. The legacy lives in legends: Shula, Grease, Chonka, Marino, Taylor, Thomas. Heroes to generations. Children mimicked Marino's quick release. They admired Chonka's toughness and Nick Buonaconti's intelligence. Their jerseys hang high, but their impact still echoes on field and in stands. Today, Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Ramsey chase their own chapter. Fans remain as passionate as ever, voices echoing the same fight song. They've lived perfection and endured heartbreak. Loyalty tested, never broken. They believe another Lombardi is not a possibility, but an inevitability. Joe Robbie's dream, to bring football to Miami. Don Shula's dream of perfection, Dan Marino's dream to redefine passing. And the fans' dream, to see their team lift the Lombardi again. Triumph, heartbreak, legends, unforgettable moments. Through it all,